Hello, can you hear from me? Hello, can you hear from me?
Hello?
Hello? Hello, Isaac? Hello? Hello, Isaac? Hello, Isaac, can you hear from me?
Hello, Annette.
Yeah, hello, can you hear me? Isaac, can you hear me? Hello, Isaac?
Is it possible maybe you drop off and reconnect again? I don't know. I can't hear
Okay,
from you.
okay, I'm coming. Let me drop and
It's
reconnect.
coming from my end. Hello? Hello? You are muted. You're on mute.
Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh my goodness.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear from you.
Uh-huh. Okay, okay. Oh, but where are the others?
I don't know. And the guy called and the guy
Okay.
called me and he said he's trying to fix his Zoom. Leonora, I called her, but no response. So I don't know yet what's going on.
Okay, okay. But what is his name?
It's called Kweku Odate.
Kweku Odate. Okay.
Yeah, in the Odate.
Is he also a tech construction student?
Yes, yes. That's what I know.
Okay. Okay. Okay, I see. Then let's wait for them a while. Okay. Let's see. I don't know. Did you get a chance to go through the material I sent?
Yes, I've checked it.
Okay.
It's good. Yeah. Let's see what we can do next. I wanted them to be here so that we all do it together.
Okay, okay. So let's wait a while for them then.
Okay.
Hopefully, maybe by the time they come on, I might be get to my
Let's give ourselves like 4 minutes maximum.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. 4 minutes.
Okay.
So it's almost 5:30 here. I don't know. Is it 7:30 in Ghana?
Yeah, 7:30.
Okay. So let's give ourselves 4 minutes roughly. Are you going somewhere or are you doing something?
Yeah. I'm actually on my way to work. So I got a new job.
Oh, I see.
And I have to start today. Yes, I'm actually driving to work.
Then your schedules are going to change.
Oh, not that much.
Not
So
that much.
maybe in the mornings. Yeah, probably. I wanted to leave earlier, but then I wasn't able to. So that I get there before we start.
Oh, that's
So
great.
I think next time I'll try to get there earlier. So that by the time you come online, I would already be seated here.
Okay, that's great. That's great.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, look at the 10. Well, anyway, I think we need to start going because also the time, I'm looking at the time so that we all don't lose at the end of the day because we may be here for some time and it will not be helpful. So let's start going. I think let's start,
Okay.
yeah. So that if they join, fine. If they are not able to join, then later on. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so let's start with, I think I look at the document and you have really polished it and it's good. Well done. I really like
Thank you.
the work that you have put in. And I think by taking you through this too, you have really learned a lot. I think I can see from the write-up. At least all things being equal now, you have an idea about what assess strategy is about, inclusion and exclusion criteria is about, study selection process, data extraction and synthesis, which we can also say data analysis, and quality assessment. Yeah, so I think that's good. You have done well. Any question for me before I move on to look at each of the items that you have written and then pass my comments? Is there any question that you have for me?
No, no. I don't have any questions for you. I think we
Okay.
are done with our questions. Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, so with respect to the test strategy, yeah, so you reported that we are using Prisma, and that's good. And within that, you also mentioned the keywords that we are using. And then you even went ahead to look at some of the searches that we did, initial section and the results. That's good. Then the inclusion and exclusion criteria they are so clear. But there's something I have come to notice, which I wanted us all to agree on, because when I was going through the documents, I realized that the issue of commercial building and residential building. I saw that most of the studies, which I have them here, I'm going to show them to you soon. Most of the studies, they look at it from the point of commercial building, and some of them too, they were not that clear. Okay, so I want us to look at with respect to the commercial buildings and the public infrastructure. Let me put it that way: public infrastructure or commercial building or this kind of building. I saw that there are a number of studies on that, but when it comes to the residential building, there are limited studies on that. So I wanted us to look at the scope again and redefine the scope. What specifically are we looking at? Should we limit it to residential buildings, or we should look at it from buildings in general? Buildings in general will still work. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think the area where the studies are not many, or we don't have so many studies on, is the residential building. Because already, if you remember, I explained when we started meeting that already we have charging stations. And some of these charging stations are either standalone. When I say standalone, they have been built in a let's say a public car park or something where people can just go and park their cars and charge their vehicles, their electric vehicles. But when it comes to the ones which people integrate them into their buildings, their houses or residential houses, I've seen so far, the papers I've gone through, that we don't have so many studies. So I don't know whether we should limit it to that, because if we allow it, like we open it to buildings, yeah, there are a number of studies there which we may end up getting something like possibly about 50 to 100 papers. But if we limit it to only residential buildings, then the papers we may get between 20 to maximum 40. So I want us to define our scope as to
Okay. I think
exactly. Yeah, you can go ahead.
yeah, I think we should just use buildings. So that's a commercial, and then there is both buildings.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we should do both buildings so that in
Good,
the
good.
end, the one even with less studies, we can find out what they touched on, and then
Okay.
if we need to expand the area to, then we can go
You can
about that.
expand it. Okay.
Yeah, because that's also a very important area because people need to sleep, right? They need to get back to their homes.
Yeah.
Then if they get back to their homes, what happens?
Wow.
Definitely most homes would want to have some charging. So how
Yeah.
are they going about in all
About
these
that.
issues?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a good idea. So for now we'll leave it as buildings, which is both commercial and residential, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is how we leave it. And I want us to take out, if we also agree on this, I want us to take out, let's say commercial, not commercial, I will not use the word commercial, but I will say charging stations. Because these things are different. Let me give you the clear differences. With respect to the residential, we are talking about homes, like your house.
Yeah.
When it comes to the commercial, we are talking about offices, like
Yeah.
where you are going to work.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to the public one, which is the charging stations, it can be anywhere. It could be at a mall, it could be at a parking lot, it could be at anywhere. So these are the three things that we are dealing with in terms of these charging stuff. So if we are going to limit it to the commercial and residential building, that means anything outside this should be out. Therefore, in our inclusion and exclusion criteria, I think we need to put it there. It's one of the things that you get my point. Yeah. So it's one of the things that we need to put there so that anyone, I think you did. That's the only
Yeah, but I
document.
think we need to clarify our definition of what it is. So
Yeah.
in relation residential, we mean this, and in relation to commercial, we mean this and that. The
Okay.
public building and then the offices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So I'll put in a note about that. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, that's good. That's good. I think so far you have really, honestly, you have done a good job. And I think the conversation I mentioned has, in a way, helped. Because I think by doing this, you were able to get to know, okay, this is what I'm supposed to write next. It has made the work even easy. And you were able to get the understanding. So we are all clear. Yeah, because maybe I opened the document, I read through, and I said, "Oh, that's good." So once again, well done for a good job that you have done.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So, and it's something that you have to keep because in the near future, any paper that you are writing, you can use these templates.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, on your own. Okay, so you work on the commercial buildings and then the residential. So define it, the scope, so that anybody will understand it. Okay. So the next question is, what next? What next? The next thing that we are supposed to do is, I don't know whether you will do it or you want me to do it, but I think I can do it because this is not, and because I have more information compared to you, and then I'll just share it with the group. Remember on Saturday, I put a certain photo on the page about a Prisma flow chart. Okay, so I've already done it. The only thing I have to do is just to make changes, as you can see on the screen. The only thing I have to do is just make changes to the things in it.
Wow.
Yes. So I've already done it. I've
Okay.
already drawn it. It's not like
What software did you use? What software did you use?
It's called Visio. It's Microsoft, one of the
Okay.
one of the Microsoft packages.
Wow. Okay.
So I've done it already. So all
Okay.
that we have to do now is I just have to. This one, I don't think it will take me, I mean, 15, 30 minutes because I've already done it. I have to just make changes to the items.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, okay, now we have almost like our methodology done.
Yes.
So the next question is what next?
Mm.
Okay. So the next thing that we are supposed to do is centered on the data extraction and then the quality
Yes,
assessment.
please.
The data extraction and quality assessment. So at this point, what we need is what specific documents are we using? So far, I've downloaded a number of them, as you can also see on my screen. If you can see on my screen, I have them from Scopus, from Web of Science, from PubMed and all that. But the ones I see them currently to be extremely relevant, the analysis I've done, they are 89. But I think the 89 is possible we may take some of them out. So what I will do is that after today, I will share this 89 document with all of you. Then we are going to share this work. We are going to do it together. You get a point? We are all going to do this thing together. So I'm going to share. We are going to share this work together, Annette. I mean, I'm going to share this document with you. And then I will give each and everyone here some number of documents to look at to see whether these documents are relevant, which we are supposed to use for our work or not. So that the thing will be easy for all of us, because I don't want one person to do all the work. So far I have 89 most relevant documents. Okay, so this 89, after today, hopefully I'm looking at, if I'm able to do it, finish it today, fine. But by either tomorrow, latest by Wednesday, I will send this Excel. I have it, I've done it. I have it with me. I'll send this Excel with you. Then I will show, for example, let's say I will say, Annette, you do number 1 to, let's say, 25. Your task is just look at these documents. You can read the abstract and look at, if it is possible, you will be able to get access to the full documents. That will be fine, the full test. But if you are not able to get a full test, if you read the abstract, normally the abstracts are free. You don't need to download. So you just have to read and check and see whether that document is relevant to this work that we are writing or not. That's all that you have to report back to us. Okay. But I don't know. You see, Annette, I don't know your suggestion. It's just a suggestion. Like somebody like Leo, now she's a little bit busy with her work, which is understandable. And then the new guy too, yeah, he can also help. So I don't know whether we should share it among those of us who are really, really ready, so that we don't lack.
No. I want to be part, Isaac, please.
No, I'm not. I'm saying that not you. It's not you. I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about you and you. I'm looking at Leo's situation, because I understand her.
Okay. But I thought she said she'd be done soon. I think in the next week.
But the soon, I think possibly by maybe either the ending of this month or early August, which time is not on any of us our side.
Okay.
We can't really wait for her to be free to come back and all that. So I think we can take her place. And then yeah, but my only challenge, which I've also discussed it with her, or I've told her, is I don't want her to lag behind, because the way we are going about this thing, if you don't take care, you may lose sight. Let me put it that way. And or like you may not get what we are doing well, and by the time that maybe you come back and we are already ahead, we are gone. You get my point?
Yes.
So I don't know. I'm trying to see. I'll try and have a discussion with her today or tomorrow and see how best we can do this, because I don't want to also put too much burden on her. because of the thing that she's doing. But at the same time, I want her to be part of the work so that once we have gone ahead, she will not come back and find some things a little bit confusing. Because with the methodology, for example, I think there were some things which were, to me, I believe, were not clear to her.
Okay.
Unlike the way the two of us, we have been communicating, discussing things, sharing ideas, and trying to solve things out. So I'll see what I can do, but I need to talk to her first. We need to find a way out. So that at the same time she's doing her work, at the same time she can also be part and benefit.
Yeah, maybe she can do some, and then we take the workload, not too many, but at least she'll do a few so that she can also be in it.
Right. Okay. I'll talk to her. And see what I mean her views about that. And then if she's fine with that, we can go ahead. If not, what I can only propose is that once she's done, we can go ahead. Once she's done with her work, then what she will do is she has to come back and do some learning and watching of videos to also help herself out. These are some of the things I'll discuss with her anyway. Yeah, well, I'll see how to go. Okay, so the next thing, as I mentioned, is to look at data extraction and then the quality assessment. But before you do data extraction and quality assessment, you need to establish the kind of document, which I say, when I say kind, I mean the most relevant document that you are using for your work. Yeah, so now the stage that we have reached is to finalize on the specific document that we think is okay for this work. So once again, as I mentioned, I have 89. I will try to go through them. And if everything is fine, I'll share it with you. Then each and every one here will also get a portion and also check whether what I've said is okay. Then if we are all okay, hopefully by this weekend, this Friday, then we will start looking at the quality assessment. The quality assessment, I have templates. But while doing the quality assessment, we can also do the data extraction alongside. What are the things that we are planning to extract? So I have a paper here that I checked today. There was a paper I was reading today, which I think the content is good, which we can use. It's almost the same as the other papers that other people have published. One of them is they extracted the first author's names. In other words, we will extract the author's names. The reason why we are doing this is that we want to do author analysis. Which authors or which publishers, we also put researchers, are known of writing papers on this topic in this area. Then we also do country analysis. Where are the studies coming from? Which countries are publishing more papers on this work? To extract the country, which I think some of these things are easy to extract. You just check where the study was conducted. And we also see that some of the studies are also generic. And when I say generic, these studies don't have any specific country attached to them. Sometimes I put them as multinational studies or international studies. That's how I have put them in my previous studies, my previous papers. And when I say multi or international studies, I mean studies that the participants are coming from more than one country. And then, do you get my point?
Yes, I get the multinational studies. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So that's one thing that we will extract. Then we also extract the assessment method. The assessment methods here can be the research methodology, which were used in the studies. Some of the studies use quantitative, some of them use experimental studies. And they come back to the research designs, which we work on with respect to the quality assessment. So some studies are qualitative, some studies are quantitative, some studies are experimental, some studies are cross-sectional. So we extract that. Then what is the sample size? We extract the sample size. And then we will extract the study design, which in this context also has something to do with almost assessment methods. Assessment methods and then the study design, they go together. But the studies design are more specifically to what country, is it cross-sectional, is it qualitative, is it quantitative? And then assessment method could be the data analysis method. But the two of them can be used interchangeably, which will resolve that when we get there. Then also, which year was the paper published? So if you look at this Excel sheet I have, for example, I have listed that one already, I've done it. So nobody will have any issue with that. I've done which year each of the papers was published. Okay, so the year of publication, I've done that. So that one, that work has been done by me. Then what other thing was extracted? Another thing that was extracted was if there are some demographic variables, but we will determine other things depending on what we are looking for. So we have to come to an agreement as to what specifically are we trying to look at with respect to the charging. Are we looking at the factors? Are we looking at barriers? Are we looking at the models? Are we, that kind of thing? We need to establish that. So I'll look at, but I prefer we looking at the factors, and then we can also look at the barriers, and we can also look at the risk here, which can also be the barriers in a way. Yeah, so these are some of the things that we will look at. Yeah. The authors independently evaluated quality methodological. So if you remember, you asked a question yesterday, can only 2 people assess the quality can do the quality assessment? And I mentioned it can be more than 1. So this paper, for example, is giving some support to what I explained to you yesterday. The paper is saying the authors. So here, not 2 people, say the authors independently evaluated the quality of each of the articles using a Newcastle Ottawa technique. Yeah. So so all the authors, but at least it should be at least 2. Yeah. I think that's all for now. Yeah, with respect to the progress. So what I have to do is I'll share the articles in the form of Excel, as I mentioned to you. Then I'll give each and every one a section to look at whether it's relevant to what we are doing.
Okay.
But I also talk to Leo too, and we will see what next as to whether she can be part or something. Yeah. Okay. Any other thing that you want to ask or add? Because I think.
No, I think I'm okay. I'm okay.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your work. I'm happy with our progress so far. But we need to give ourselves time so that we also don't go beyond. So, Annette, what do you suggest with respect to analyzing the relevant document, and then from there we start the data extraction? How long?
Oh. So you're saying you have 89 papers, right? 89.
Yes. So far, the most relevant ones I've extracted most because I started with like Scopus, for example. I started with 593. And with respect to the Google Scholar, it was 3,000 plus.
Okay.
Yeah, 3,065. And then I work on it, it came down to 617. Then I work on it, came down to 89. Then I finally downloaded 46 from Google Scholar.
Okay.
Scopus was 593, but I ended up extracting 34 from there. Yeah. Yes, and then Almost.
Okay, I think maybe can we do it in the next maybe 2 weeks or it's too small.
Can you come again, please? You said something. You are muted.
Wait, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes. What did you say?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear from you.
I was
Yeah.
saying 2 weeks. How about 2 weeks? In 2
Okay.
weeks, or
2 weeks. Okay.
because we are 4 people, so even if we take even 20, or maybe
Okay.
Leo even takes 10, and then we share 25.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
Yeah, that's okay.
2 weeks. That's 14 days.
Yes.
Maybe 2
14.
papers a day or something. Yeah,
Okay.
I think we
14
could.
days. Okay, that's okay. That's good. Okay, that's good. Yeah. Okay. So that's fine. So I will share the Excel sheet, and then
Yeah.
sharing the Excel sheet, then we can go from there. Yeah. Because once we are done with the methodology, now we know what to do next. Because the whole thing is dependent on your method. So once you have been able to capture the method, you understand it, then from there you can do the rest. Yeah. So that's good news. Let's keep going. And if you have any question or something, let's get it done, because I'm also looking at, in the long run, the timing. We don't have that time. There's another one I would like to teach you guys once we are done. Called scientometric or metric review, and we can use the same topic. Okay, we can use the same topic when it's electric vehicle charging something, right? That, because I checked that one and I also realized we don't have much studies on that. Oh, so far I've not seen anyone who has done that kind of thorough review on that. So we can also do a scientific, which I will use it as a second thing to teach you, but we need to do this thing first and see how it will go. Then from there we can come and tackle that one. That the metric method is purely quantitative. It's more
I think
quantitative.
with that one, you can then narrow down on one of the specific studies.
Exactly.
Either the residential or the commercial, and then use to build.
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah, you're right. So yeah, please. So I will leave you here if there's no question, and we will come back again in the near future. So that means if I shared this with you, we will not meet for the next 2 weeks unless there is some question that somebody has. That
Okay. Yeah, so you can put a task assignment on the page, the WhatsApp page. I think once you
yes,
put it there.
yes, and then the time.
And then and then we need to create a form for data extraction. So the information we need to extract,
exactly,
through Google Forms or Google Sheets or something.
What we can do is we can do it on an Excel. I normally do it on an Excel. I mean, in an Excel. I do it in Excel because, for example, already I have extracted the year of publication already. I have it. I've done the year of publication, as you can see from the screen. I've done the year of publication. So the other names, like even the names of the authors too, I have them too.
Okay.
I have the names of the authors. I have the names of the journals. That's one, so I have it. So I've already extracted some of the information, some of the important information. I have already extracted them. So what we have to do is to move on from there. Yeah. So if we are going to add something, maybe if study design, you add it here, then you yeah. So, yeah. So I've already done some of the work, like the names of the authors, the names of the journals, and then the year of publication. I have all that.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much for your time.
Wow, thank you too. Thank you too. Okay. Sure. So hope to hear from you soon.
Yeah, yes. Let's hope to
Okay.
hear from you too. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.